Hello and welcome to Francis Howell North High School, where tonight your Francis Howell North Knights will take on the Warrenton Warriors.
What?
Say so.
I'm Luis, and this is Ivan.
And we'll be commentating tonight's game.
What else?
At center, 6'5" junior, number 32, Boston Winchester. And the forward senior, number 35, Bryce Liz. Tonight's are coached by Dr. Larry Green.
There we go.
Tonight's
We're good.
Michelle, Lauren Fortune, and James Mitchell. Best of luck to both teams.
Do you not have notes?
We do.
What's going on? Alrighty. And we're off. The Warriors have won the tip-off. Coming up the court is number 1, Elijah Peth, a junior guard. He passes down to number 31, Taylor Anderson. Basket by Egret Forrest. The Warriors lead 2-0. Oster out to Renz. Renz back to Oster. Oster to Bollinger. Bollinger back to Oster. Back to Renz, top of the key. Back to Oster. Down to Stith. Knights move the ball around very well in this opening possession. Bollinger down to Stith. Bollinger drives to the rack, lays it up and in. Down to Anderson. Out to Forrest. Forrest commanding the offense. Trying to find an opening. Over to Thompson. Thompson down to Kemp, down to Keeper. Keeper tries to pass to Anderson. Stolen by the Knights. Bollinger over to Oster. Oster taking the ball up the court. Over to Renz in the corner. Back to Oster. One thing I'm noticing in these opening possessions, the Knights, they're moving the ball pretty well.
Yeah.
Trying to find open looks as Bollinger passes down to Oster. Back to Oster. Out to Bollinger. Down to Stith. Stith to the rack. 2 points for Stith. Coming into this game, the Knights' leading scorer is the Knights' leader in practically every stat is Eli Bollinger, averaging 18, 8, and 2. As Forrest misses the layup. Down to Stith. Out to Oster. Travel called on Cohen Oster.
Where's the assist? Bollinger currently leads this team in assists also with 14, averaging a 2.3 every game.
Elijah Peth taking it up the court. Guarded by Cohen Oster. Peth out to Mayer. Mayer down to Forrest. Forrest misses the mid-ranger. Ooh, hard foul on Eli Bollinger. Foul on number 10, Mason Thompson. That'll be his first, as well as the team's first. Oster taking it up the court. Over to Renz. Mid-range is good. 6 straight points for the Knights. 3 for 3 on possessions. Anderson down to Forrest. Forrest passes it up to Tom.
Renz is currently the 3rd leading scorer for the Knights at 42 points after that 2-pointer there.
Behind Eli Bollinger and Andre Stith, who are at 109 and 47 points respectively. or sorry, 111 now after that layup by Bollinger. Out to Thompson. Down to Oster with the rebound. Taking it up the court. Closely guarded by number 3, Dietrich Forrest. Out to our number 3, Eli Bollinger. Back out to Stith. Over to Oster. Back to Stith. Over to Bollinger. Top of the key, Stith. Down to Oster. Oster puts up the 3. And just short. Bollinger with the rebound. It'll be a jump ball. It'll be possession taken by the Knights. Renz with the pass out. Over to Winchester. Back to Bollinger. Back to Stith. Stith driving to the rack. Puts it up, and it's good. Another 2 points for Andre Stith.
That'll put him at 49 for the season.
Ooh, steal by Bryce Renz. Warrenton gets his back. Up to number 10, Mason Thompson. Over to Taylor Anderson on the arc. Up to Elijah Peth, top of the key. See what he can do here. Starts his dribble. Closely guarded by Andre Stith. Back out to Mason Thompson. Over to Taylor Anderson. And he misses. Andre Stith with the rebound. Stolen by Mason Thompson as the Warriors get back on offense. Not starting off too great here for the Warriors. Only 2 points to the Knights' 8.
It's been a long time since these two teams played.
It has been quite a while.
It's good to see them playing again.
Foul on Boston Winchester. That'll be his first of the night and the team's second.
Boston currently has 7 blocks for the team, which is the leading blocker.
Elijah Peth, top of the key, drives towards the rack. Out to Dietrich Forrest. Out to Mason Thompson. Mason Thompson with the 3. Off the rim, rebounded by the Knights. Bollinger taking it up the court.
Rebounded by Eli Bollinger, our number 1 rebounder.
Bollinger drives to the rack and gets the foul. That'll be 2 free throws for Bollinger.
Shooting 66.7 from the free throw line this season.
On 33 attempts. See if he can keep that good percentage going here. First free throw is good for Bollinger. Coming in
The Warriors will call a 30-second timeout.
Timeout for the Warriors as they try to get this offense up and going.
Pretty good offensive start here from the Knights, leading by 7 points.
With 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this opening quarter. What's our record?
Our record.
Knights coming into this game with a both teams are coming back onto the court. Bollinger will line up for his second free throw of the night.
He was good on his last free throw.
And he misses the second one. Rebounded by Taylor Anderson. Out to Elijah Peck. Knights coming into this game with a 2-2 record at an even 500. Peck out to Meyer. Back to Dietrich Forrest. Down to Anderson. Anderson lays it in, but it's off the glass and
Rebounded
out
by Bollinger.
Ethan Scott driving to the rack. Another foul on the Warriors. That'll send Ethan Scott to the line.
Warrior foul number 10, Mason Thompson. The
Ethan Scott coming off of an injury after missing a few games here with a shoulder injury. First game back, lines up the free throw. And it's short. The Knights here seem to have a pretty big size advantage with Winchester and Bollinger on the court here. Another big man on their team is Big Daniel Martin, number 55, standing at 6'7". Speaking of big men, coming into the game for Winchester is Bryce Renz, a 6'4" forward, senior. Scott will put up a second free throw and misses the second one. Rebounded by Bollinger. Bollinger puts it up, and it's good.
Bollinger's at 3 rebounds for the game.
Bollinger gets those 2 points right back from the missed free throws by Scott. The Knights seem to be adding a lot more pressure in this possession here. Out to Forrest. Dribbling up. Ooh, trying to put a move on Oster. Picked up by Renz. Still working that top of the key.
Pretty tight defense.
Peck drives to the lane. Oster with the steal at the rim. Taking it up the court. Over to Stith. And that's a
charge.
That's a charge on. Nope. Call is a blocking on Warrenton. Second foul on Forrest. Fourth for the team.
Andre Stith shooting 65% from the free throw this season.
And he misses that one off the rim. Stith lining up his second free throw, and it's good. Score is now 12-2 for the Knights.
Pretty good offensive start here by the Knights.
Elijah Peck taking it up the court. Commanding the offense. Out to Anderson. Over to Forrest. Trying to make something happen here. Hopefully get this offense kick-started. Over to Anderson at the free throw line. Stumbles, and it's stolen by Bollinger. Up to Stith. He puts it up, and it's in. The Knights are on a 14-2 run in this first quarter here.
It's a rough start here for the Warriors.
Peck over to Forrest. Forrest seems to be their main ball handler here for the Warriors. He puts it up. Another short shot for the Warriors. Rough start. They haven't scored since their opening possession of the game. Score remains 14-2 with 1:25 left in this opening quarter. Oster outside the arc, commanding the offense. Over to Stith. Over to Renz. Back to Stith. Over to Oster. Looks like he's going to put it up. He does. And just at the rim. Thompson taking up the court. Over to Meir. 2 pump fakes. Back to Meir. Over to Thompson. And it's good. First points for the Warriors since their opening possession, making the score 14-5. Oster taking it up the court for the Knights once again.
I'll call it.
Over to Stith. Top of the key. Oster running back up. Passes to Oster. Starts his dribble. Ethan Scott cutting across the court. Over to Stith. Over to Scott. Back to Stith. Back to Oster. Over to Scott. See if he can make something happen here. Drives through 2 defenders. Puts it up and in. 16-5 is your score at the end of this first quarter. Your Knights have the lead.
Pretty good defensive start. Couple of steals.
Just a great overall start for the Knights here. Great on defense, great on offense. Limiting the scoring of their big man down low. and just maximize the turnovers.
And the Warriors, you know, they just need to get the ball rolling. They got to start, you know, putting some shots up, be smarter with their passes.
Get some open looks, and you got to protect that basketball.
This Knights team has been pretty good with the steals.
Their leader has a total of 15 steals. Also, Elijah Bollinger. Second on the team is Bryce Renz with 12. That is 2.5 a game and 2 a game, respectively. And a full timeout here. Both teams coming back on the court here soon. Alrighty, headed back onto the court of the Knights, and the Warriors follow suit.
Champ Polly coming on for the Knights.
The Warriors will start with the basketball. Champ Polly and Isaac Butler onto the court. Elijah Peck guarded closely by Polly. Down to Anderson, through to Forrest, and he gets to the lane. 2 points for Dietrich Forrest there, bringing our score to 16-7. Isaac Butler taking the ball up the court for the Knights now. Over to Bryce Renz. Back to Butler. Over to Pauly. Down to Bollinger. Trying to find an open man. Over to Boston. Back to Bollinger. High pass there. Over to Pauly. Back to Butler. Back to Renz. Back to Bollinger. Knights moving the ball incredibly well here.
The fundamentals.
Trying to find any open shots here. And a double dribble.
Double dribble.
And double dribble called on Pauly there. Knights turn the ball over to the Warriors. See if they can keep this offense rolling. Back-to-back scores on back-to-back possessions here for the Warriors. Oh, steal by Pauly.
Down the court.
Up the court. Oh, off the rim. But a foul called on the Warriors will bring Pauly to the line for 2. Seems like the Warriors just got to limit turnovers and limit these fouls. They're giving the Knights free looks for easy points. As Pauly misses his first free throw. Coming back on the court is Andre Stith for Elijah Bollinger. Pauly lining up for his second free throw here. Pauly, a very good varsity football player for the Knights. Played quarterback, running back, safety, pretty much all over the field besides being a lineman. Forrest taking it up the court, guarded closely by Bryce Renz. Over to Thompson, down to Anderson. Stolen by Renz. Up to Isaac Butler. See if he can make some happen here. Back out to Stith, back out to Butler. Continuing with that amazing ball movement by the Knights. Trying to find any open look and limit these turnovers. Nothing fancy, just fundamental basketball here by the Knights. Butler at the Stith. Stith puts it up off the rim. Butler with the rebound. Over to Pauly. Fighting for the ball. Over to Renz. Back to Stith. Back to Butler. Butler hits a little spin move. Stith at around the half court mark. Pauly drives in. Pass to Butler. Over to Renz. Renz puts up the 3. Off the rim. Rebounded by Winchester. Stith. Off the rim again. Foul on Winchester. It's a second violation on Winchester there.
Huh? It was a foul.
There you go. Rebounded there by Thompson. Over to Peck. Peck trying to make something happen here, find an open look, maybe an open shot. Oh, blocking by Isaac Butler, it appears.
Butler's also our shortest and youngest player on the team.
The only freshman swinging varsity here, standing at 5'7". Thompson passes out to Forrest, who hands the ball off to Peck. Peck seems to be their main ball handler here. The point guard of this offense. Out to Thompson, back to Peck. Up to Forrest, he puts it up, and it's short. Stith with the rebound before it goes out of bounds. Oh, out of bounds off the fingertips of Taylor Anderson. It'll be Knight's ball. Renz tosses it into Stith. Commanding this offense here at the shooting guard position.
Steal by the Warriors.
Steal by Warrenton, but it appears to be a foul on Andre Stith. What's it called whenever they throw the ball? Whenever they throw the ball, it's like a throw.
Inbound.
Huh?
Inbound.
Warrenton. Meyer with the inbound to Forrest. Taking it up the court, over to Peck. Isaac Butler with tight defense. Peck trying to find a lane. Travel on Peck. Another turnover for the Warriors. It's really killing their offense here.
Knights up by 9 so far, almost halfway through this quarter.
Warriors have not scored since the opening possession of the second quarter. And I don't believe the Knights have either. Lots of good defense being played here. Oster passes over to Scott. Scott over to Pauly with an open look. He takes it off the glass. Oh, mishandled there by Peck, and he gets a travel. Another turnover for this very frustrated Warriors team.
These turnovers are really killing this Warriors team here. If they just, play the ball a little better, they might make a comeback.
They got to have discipline here. Can't make any more mistakes out of frustrations. Just got to really lock in and play some good defense on this possession and try to get this ball back before the Knights score. Forrest guarding up on Oster. Beeger in the game now, David Beeger, a senior guard / forward. Bollinger dribbling the ball right around the half-court mark. Trying to get past his defender. Passes over to Oster. Over to Scott. Back to Scott after passing to Oster. Over to Beeger. And a shot clock violation. Nope. Full timeout for the Knights. As your varsity cheerleaders come onto the court. Your Francis South North Knights coming back on the court. Bryce Renz will inbound the ball to Oster.
Oster seems to be the main ball handler here for the Knights, alongside Bollinger.
Oster, a former freshman on varsity, returning in his sophomore season, and he has earned the starting role here. Scott out to Bollinger. Trying to make something happen here. Posts his defender up. Passes down to Scott. Little mishandling of the basketball there. Back to Bollinger. Attempted pass down to Renz. Falls out of bounds. Turnover for the Knights. Very turnover-heavy game here.
Neither team has scored in the past couple of plays, it looks like. Still 16-7.
They haven't scored in about a minute or two, it appears. Peck to Foster. Foster taking it up the court. Seeing if they can kickstart this offense once again. Meyer over to Peck. Peck shifting around the look. Ooh, good defense there by Oster. He gets the steal. Over to Bollinger. Drives to the rack. Blocked by Peck. Anderson passes down to Thompson. He puts it up off the rim. Rebound Renz. Almost keeps it from going out of bounds, but it falls. Warriors ball here on the inbound underneath their own rim. Mason Thompson will inbound this ball. Over to Dietrich Forrest. He puts up the three. Nothing but net for Dietrich Forrest. First points in a few minutes here for either teams.
Making it 16-10 with 2.5 minutes left of this quarter.
Oster passes up to Bollinger. Driving to the rack. Splits two defenders. Gets through a tough contact. And one for Eli Bollinger. Bollinger has a chance here to have a three-point play with a made free throw. Andre Stith coming in for number 0, David Beger. Very good offensive possession there. But all offense is started by good defense. So Bollinger puts up the free throw, and it's short. 2 points there for Bollinger on the end one. Forrest taking it up the court here. Back over to Peck. Over to Meyer. Over to Thompson. Thompson trying to find an open man. Finds Dietrich Forrest with another long three. And it falls in. Appears this offense in this game has decided to show up once again.
Yep, looks like the Warriors are here to make a
Dietrich goes for the steal twice. Oster defends both. Rebounded by Meyer. Over to Peck. Nobody even near him. Puts up the three, and it's good. 3 straight three-point shots for the Warriors. 30-second timeout for the Knights. See if they can get this defense back together.
This game is now down to a 2-point lead for the Knights. Down to 18-16. The Knights really got to get the ball rolling here with the ball.
With less than 2 minutes left in the half. See what defensive adjustments the Knights make here to stop that lethal three-point shot. Shooting by both guards here on the floor for Warrenton in Dietrich Forrest and Elijah Peck. Both of which are juniors. Warriors coming in following a win against Priory as they come back onto the court. The Knights will inbound the ball on their own end. Eli Bollinger to inbound to Oster. Taking it up the court. Oster met at mid-court by Dietrich Forrest. Bollinger to Renz. Stith back to Renz. Back to Oster. Trying to make something happen here before the end of the half. Stith drives in. Over to Oster. Three-point shot. It is good. Nothing but net for Cohen Oster. First three-point shot for the Knights. Trying to match that explosive, high-scoring offense we've seen lately from Warrenton. Speaking of, Dietrich Forrest drives in, but gets caught on the travel. Another costly turnover for these Warriors of Warrenton. Chance of you can't do that from the student section here as Cohen Oster takes it up to the three-point line. Guarded by Elijah Peck. Winchester was guarded by Forrest there for a short moment. 4 people there on Stith as he passes out to Oster. but it bounces off the back of the rim, and Warrenton gets the rebound. Forrest taking the ball up the court. Guarded here by Bryce Renz. Quite a size difference here. Maybe in hopes of screen by Anderson, screen by Green, and Forrest is short. Back out to Peck, blocked by Bullinger. And that'll be the half. Your score is 21-16, Francis Howell North. All righty.
Once again, you're not on varsity dance team. Good job, ladies.
Disconnect. Connected.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this time please welcome to the floor your Francis Howell Varsity Cheer Squad.
Disconnect.
It's definitely our job to keep. Yeah.
21 to 16.
No, like for people. We're just gonna say second half points. Gotta get it, go right foot roll, left foot slide. I'm doing a lot of talking, and it's really hard to make conversation.
I'm doing a whole lot of nothing. It's so hard.
How the fuck do people do this?
Like, what do you want me to talk about?
I don't know, something. Oh, look at Javi. Look at Javi. Why are we playing Rod Wave?
Who turned on Rod Wave?
Ooh. Nah, DJ must have got behind the scores table and turned on the Rod Wave.
There's too many Rod Wave fans in the world. There should be none.
Like, I feel like we already talked about everything. Eli's bleeding and everything down here. Isaac is short. Bowen is short. Boston's tall. Daniel hasn't stayed in, so we can't really talk about him.
Yeah.
How fat Daniel is.
He already said.
Daniel, 6'8", 400 pounds. He's got the Escalade archetype minus the bags.
Does Roshan Ram have
What about last year?
Russell Round has no hers.
We could do their schedule last year and how they've been like really bad.
Last year.
Yeah, I think they were like 3-27.
Can we fact check that?
Hey, what was our record last year? And how Calhoun's out? Drew, is your hand up?
Okay. My name is Violet Newton, and I'm here with FHN Game Day. I'm here with
Bryce Renz.
So coming to the second half with pulling ahead, how are you feeling?
I think we're playing good. We just got to get the offense rolling. Defensively, we just got to stay in front of our guys, not let them get easy shots to the basket, and just keep working hard.
And what's your goal for the second half?
Our goal is to come out and get a bunch of stops, get out in transition quick, get some easy layups, and just blow them out in the second half.
How are you feeling about it?
Feeling good. I think we're ready. Good talk in the locker room. I think we're ready.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for that sideline report, Violet. The Knights, coming off a very lackluster season last year, only winning 4 games, are now halfway to that win total, only 4 games into the year. As Scott prepares to inbound the basketball to Oster.
Oster's still in the game after a pretty good first half. as the team's main playmaker.
Oster commanding the offense. Over to Scott. Back to Stith. Ooh, stolen by Peck.
Had to open there.
Fast
look
break
there.
here for Peck. And he's fouled by Scott. That'll be 2 free throws for the Warriors. They're like, they had like what? Their second foul resulting in free throws of the game.
It's no good.
Peck misses the first one. See if we can make this second one here. 2 misses in a row for Peck. Rebounded by the Warriors off of the face of Taylor Anderson. Over to Peck. Seeing what he can do here. Closely guarded by Oster. Down to Thompson. Down to Forrest. Pickpocketed by Ethan Scott, but out of bounds on the play. The Warriors will maintain possession of the ball here.
Still 21-16 here.
Warriors trying to work the top of the key here. Passes out to Forrest. Trying to keep that same 3-point excellence that they've had for the majority of this game. Down to Taylor Anderson. Hoping to get the big man going with the sky hook, and it's good.
First points of the quarter here.
Knights moving fast on offense here. Oster. Over to Stith. Stith nearing the midway of the court. Seeing what he can make happen here. Over to Scott. Scott finds Bollinger in the post, and he puts it up and in. Another basket for Elijah Bollinger. Forrest taking it up the court, guarded by Scott. Over to Elijah Peck. Anderson comes in for the screen. For the pick and roll. Pickpocketed by by Andre Stith, but he trips on his way up. Still makes the 2 points. Andre Stith, another 2 points for the Knights here. 4 points in this half.
By the Knights.
Forrest has done the majority of the ball handling here in these first few possessions for the Warriors. Seeing what he can make happen here at the top of the key. Renz goes for the steal. Around the back pass by Forrest. What a pass. Thompson open off the rim. Rebounded by Thompson. Puts it up and in. 2 points there for the Warriors. 4 points each in this first half for both teams. Stith over to Oster. Back to Stith. Down to Bollinger. Stolen by Mason Thompson once again. Taking it up the court here. Over to Dietrich Forrest. They've had a pretty steady 5-man lineup here. Hasn't been a whole lot of substitution. Only substitution that I have seen so far was Marcus Green coming into the game, a sophomore who also plays junior varsity for the Warriors. Foul on Oster. Free throws for, never mind. It'll be an inbound for the Warriors. Meyer on the inbound. Passes it into Anderson. Passes it out to Thompson. Back to Meyer. Seeing if he can get his first points of the game. And he's fouled. Meyer will head to the free throw line for 2 points of his own.
Looks like this Warriors team's been getting better on offense to combat this Knights heavy defense.
Meyer preparing to shoot his first free throw of the night. Puts it up, and it's in. That's something that the Warriors really got to work on. They got to start making these free throws. Both teams have been all right from the free throw line, as Meyer makes both of them. It's a good start to working on this free throw shooting.
Knights come back quick on this inbound. Foul on Scott.
Called on Ethan Scott. It'll be a turnover for the Knights and an inbound for the Warriors. In comes number 32, Boston Winchester, for Ethan Scott following that foul. Thompson passes it out to Anderson, who passes it down to Peck. Peck driving up the court. Seeing what he can make happen here. Dishes it to Thompson. He has an open look. Has been pretty lethal from three here as of this third quarter. Speaking of threes, Forrest, seeing what he can make happen. Bounces off of Winchester and still gets the 2 points. Inbound by Bollinger down to Oster.
Brings down the lead to 1 point for the Knights.
Stiff down to Bollinger in the corner. 3-point range. Off the rim is Renz. Peck taking it up the court.
Renz hasn't been too hot from the three-point line this season, shooting at 25%.
Foul here on the Warriors. Timeout, apologies. Timeout called here by the Warriors. It'll be 30 seconds.
Phase on you.
Coming out of the timeout here are the Knights. Mason Thompson to M down the ball. Open to find an open man. Finds Meyer. Over to Forrest. Dishes it to Peck.
Champ Pauly on the court now for the Knights.
Came in for number 35, Bryce Renz. Mason Thompson open once again. Off the back of the court, rebounded by Elijah Bollinger. Great pass there to Stith. Puts it up, misses, gets it back, up and in. A tough 2 points for number 2, Andre Stith.
Stith averaging 7.8 this season so far. One of the leading scorers
Champ
for the
Pauly
Knights.
with the steal. Dishes to Andre Stith. Puts it up and is blocked and fouled by number 3, Dietrich Forrest. That'll send Andre Stith back to the line for another 2 free throws. Warriors
Stith currently shooting 65% from the free throw line.
Warriors here, committing a lot of fouls. Said this before and I'm gonna say it again. The Warriors need to tidy up on these fouls and these turnovers. It's really killing their ability to score and their ability to prevent the score. As Pauly gets the rebound and is fouled once again. Wow. The Knights are back at the line as a foul on Taylor Anderson. That'll be his third of the game as Pauly misses his first shot. Lining up for his second shot. It's up and doesn't even hit the rim. Forrest taking it up the court. Passes it down to Mayer. Trying to find an opening here. Over to Anderson from 3-point range. And it is a foul on Meyer. It'll be another turnover here for the Warriors as Anderson is subbed out for Marcus Green.
This is too close of a game here for the Warriors to be fouling this much. It's 27-24.
Only one possession here as the Warriors make one of very few Substitutions here. Subbing in Marcus Green for the big man, Taylor Anderson. Stith passes out to Pauly, who passes into Winchester, and the ball is short. Peck tries to bounce it off of Oster to go out of bounds, see if they can get the ball back. Backfires, and Bollinger gets a foul. Foul on Brody Meyer, his third of the game and the team's fourth of the half. Eli Bollinger back up to the free throw line for another potential 2 points. First one is up and in.
If there's one player you don't want on the line on the Knights roster, it's Eli Bollinger, shooting 66.7% from the free throw line out of 33 this season.
And he makes the second one. Bollinger, the Knights' best scorer by about 10 points here. Inbound to Marcus Green. Over to Thompson. Knights playing very active defense here. Almost a press as it's stolen away by Champ Pauly, but he can't get the ball back. Forrest puts up the three. No good. It'll be a foul on number 5, Champ Pauly, and the Warriors will retain possession of the basketball. Out to Peck. Guarded by Oster. Oh, stripped by Champ Pauly, but he keeps the ball. In the game is number 2, Isham Keeper. Out of bounds is the call on the Knights. Mason Thompson inbound out to Dietrich Forrest. Puts up the three. Nothing but net once again for these Warrenton Warriors. Shooting the three ball very effectively here. Almost lights out. Score is now 29-27. The Knights maintain the lead. Stith puts up a three ball of his own.
And it's
nothing
good.
but net once again. Warrenton scores a three, and the Knights respond in kind. Let's see if the Warriors can keep this feud going. Marcus Green, a sophomore for the Warriors, passes it out to Dietrich Forrest, and once again, he hits another three-pointer. Oh, stolen by Mason Thompson, but that possession ends up empty, and a foul on Marcus Green. Champ Pauly will go back to the line. First foul for Marcus Green, and the 5th of the half for the Warriors. 5 fouls in only 1 quarter is not what you want to see.
Definitely not.
They've given these Knights potentially 10 points off of mistakes made by this defense. And
both good there by Pauly.
Forrest driving up the court, gets him up in space. Don't let this guy get open outside the arc. And Thompson hits a three of his own.
It's 3 back-to-back threes by the Warriors.
1-point game here. Scores 34-33 as the Warriors get the rebound. Rebound there by Mason Thompson. Doubled is Mason Peck. And another foul on these Warriors. Eli Peck, apologies. Eli Peck's second of the game, and Eli Peck's second of the game. Champ Pauly to inbound the basketball. On the court right now is Champ Pauly, number 5. Boston Winchester, number 32. Eli Bollinger, number 3. Cohen Oster, number 10. And Andre Stith, number 2.
The Warriors are calling full timeout.
Warrior timeout here. with 32 seconds left in this third quarter. Your score is 34-33. The Knights have possession of the lead.
And what do you want to see here in these next 32 seconds from the Knights and the Warriors?
The Warriors, you know, they've been shooting the 3-ball really well here in this second half. I think they just should continue where they've proven they can score. And the Knights have to keep that from happening, honestly. They just got to make sure that Thompson and Forrest stay covered at the top of the key and outside the arc and try to limit those big men scoring inside, because they've proven that their post defense is very, very good here.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Warriors need to cut back on these fouls. Currently sitting at 5 this quarter. They've sent the Knights to the line plenty of times this quarter, and I don't think it's helping them one bit.
Not at all. As both teams come back out on the court following that full timeout by the Warriors. Their first of the half. Nope. Their fourth of the game. Oh. Blocking called on Oster there. His second foul of the game and the team's fifth.
To the line for the Warriors is number 1, Elijah Peck.
To the line for the Warriors is number 1, Elijah Peck. Teams are all tied up in fouls here. Appears both teams need to have some more discipline and really try to keep these players from getting to the line. Number 35, Bryce Renz, comes in the game for Boston Winchester. Peck for his second free throw after making the first one. It's up, and the second one was good too. Bryce Renz inbounds to Cohen Oster.
And that free throw brings up the Warriors for the first time this game.
The Warriors' first lead change of the game, as Luis said. Stith outside the arc, guarded closely by Dietrich Forrest. Over to Stith. Back to Bollinger. Back to Stith, puts it up. Off the rim. Really had to take a shot there. End of the third quarter. Just had to put 7 up and hope and falls.
Yeah, these Knights, and you got to get the ball rolling.
As your varsity cheerleaders come out to the court. Back onto the court. Mason Thompson inbounds to Elijah Peck as the start of this final quarter. Peck guarded by Oster. The same matchup we have had all game. Forrest guarded closely by Pauly. Thompson, another 3 for the Warriors, making their lead now 8 points, or 4 points. Oster taking it up the court. Passes down to Stith. Over to Bollinger. Down to Renz, but through his hands into Champ Pauly. Ooh. Out of bounds is the call. Knights ball. To inbound is Bryce Renz. Ooh. Stiff misses the ball in the first time, picks it up, passes out to Bollinger, puts it up, and it rolls out. Ooh. Foul on the Knights.
These Knights really got to get some points up here if they want to compete in this last quarter.
Yeah, they can't let this lead slip out of their fingers after 3 quarters of having it. Ooh, open 3 for Meyer, but he doesn't take it. Passes out to Peck. Down to Forrest. Over to Thompson, back to Peck. Thompson and Forrest been shooting the lights out. And a tough layup there for Dietrich Forrest. Stiff.
Another 2 points for the Warriors, bringing them up to 6-point lead.
Bollinger passes over to Stiff. Ooh, in and out of hands, out of bounds, and a turnover for the Knights. A very costly one at that, down 6 points early in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, these Knights got to guard that 3 ball. These Warriors seem to be pretty proficient shooters from outside the arc.
As Peck finds one of the said prolific shooters, Mason Thompson, who finds the other said prolific shooter, Dietrich Forrest. Forrest guarded closely by Champ Scott, Ethan Scott, who just came in the game for Champ Pauley.
Good defense there by Scott.
Forrest finds Meyer. Anderson wide open, gets an easy layup there. Stiff bringing the ball to the court. And a timeout called by the Knights. Full timeout called by the Knights. That will be their 4th of the game.
What do you think the Knights should talk about here in this 1-minute timeout they have?
Really, it's been the same thing for both teams. Minimizing turnovers, maximizing opportunities. They just got to work on keeping the ball in their hands and not making costly mistakes here. Costly, very avoidable mistakes.
Yeah, I agree. I think these Warriors, they're pretty good. They're shooting pretty good from outside the arc, and the Knights can't seem to guard them. And I think the Knights need to watch their passes. They've had quite a lot of turnovers this second half. And, they got to bring back what they had going in that first half of the game where they were leading the entire time.
Yeah, these Warriors coming off a big 50-point outing against Priory. And it's just really good off-the-ball movement here by the Warriors. Finding open looks and taking them and just making them work. Going back on the court, it will be Knights ball for the inbound.
Looks like we got Bryce Renz, Ethan Scott, Eli Bollinger, Andre Stith, and Cohen Oster on the court for the Knights.
Oster dribbling the ball here. Commanding this offense. Bryce Renz sets the screen. Over to Ethan Scott. Back to Cohen Oster. Over to Andre Stith. Open look. Puts it up. And it's good.
Good start coming back here for the timeout.
That 3-pointer by Andre Stith cuts the Knights' deficit to 5 points as Dietrich Forrest is fouled hard there by Andre Stith. Andre Stith seems to be a little slow to get up. That'll be an inbound for the Warrenton Warriors. Mason Thompson inbounding this ball. They just got to make sure that they can't get open from that 3-point line and just keep working because 2 3-pointers, the Knights have the lead back, but they got to make sure that they can't. Oh! Foul on the Warriors on Elijah Peck. That'll be his third of the game and the team's first of this quarter. Cohen Oster taking the ball to the court. Screen by Bryce Renz. Andre Stith with another open 3. That one falls short. Ball out to Elijah Peck. Passes it back to Dietrich Forrest, who is fouled by number 14, Ethan Scott. That'll be his second of the game and the team's second of the quarter.
So 2 fouls on Ethan Scott this quarter so far. Team's only 2.
Over to Elijah Peck, who passes it down to Mayer. Very closely guarded there by Elijah Bollinger. Passed off over to Andre Stith. Oh, a haywire pass by Thompson and a reach-in on Elijah Peck.
These Knights seem to have came off this timeout very aggressive. What do you think their coach told them during that timeout?
I can only imagine, but I'm assuming he said, get after the ball, get this ball back, get this lead back. We got to really work here to keep these Beers. There is a foul on number 15, Brody Meyer. That is his 4th of the game and the team's 3rd of the quarter. Inbound, Bryce Renz to Ethan Scott. Over to Oster. An open 3 look off the rim. Rebounded by Mason Thompson. Dishes it to Dietrich Forrest. Dietrich Forrest trying to find a lane here. Guarded by Cohen Oster. Oh, and a blocking called on the Knights.
Night foul number 10.
Blocking on, or foul on Cohen Oster. Alrighty. Brody Meyer passes it to Elijah Peck, who has an open look, but is quickly swarmed by these Knights defenders. Finds Dietrich Forrest. Had an open look, but a little too deep for his comfort.
These Knights playing a little too aggressive, it seems. They're getting fouls called on them every possession.
3rd foul for Ethan Scott. Getting near foul trouble here. And the team's 4th of the quarter. 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in this game here. See what the Knights can do. Ooh. Almost stolen there by Bryce Renz, but poked out of bounds. Brody Meyer to inbound once again. Out to Peck. To the lane. And it's good. Another 2 points for the Warriors. The Knights trying to respond quickly. Up and in, Bryce Renz. Keeps this deficit at 5 points. Knights pressing here in a very dangerous situation. Down 5 points with only 3.5 minutes left in this game. Forrest finds a lane, puts it up and in with the jelly. That was one layup, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
Great play there by Forrest, and the Warriors take a timeout here.
3 minutes, 20 seconds left of this game, and the lead is 7 points for the Warriors.
After only scoring 9 points in that only scoring 7 points in that first quarter to North's 16, the Warriors have stormed back to take a 7-point lead late in this 4th quarter here. Already.
Coming back here. Both teams coming back onto the court.
And a timeout. The Knights break the huddle and proceed out onto the court. Hoping to make a 7-point comeback here in 3 minutes. Very possible. On the court we have Andre Stith, number 2. Number 35, Bryce Renz. Number 3, Elijah Bollinger. Number 14, Ethan Scott. And number 10, Cohen Oster. Rolling the ball on the ground. Trying to keep that shot clock with as much time as possible. Oster out to Stith. Cross-court pass this to Scott. Right to Stith. Back to Scott. Back to Stith. Back to Scott. Over to Oster. Into Scott, but he loses the ball.
Some nice defending there by the Warriors.
But it'll be a player foul on number 10, Mason Thompson. That'll be the team's 4th of the quarter and his 3rd of the game. 2 free throws for Ethan Scott here, hoping to cut this deficit to 5 points once again. He makes the first, making the score now 40-46 Warriors. Up for the second here. And it's up and in. Back to a 5-point deficit here for the Knights as the Warriors inbound it. Thompson inbounds to Meyer. Guarded closely by Andre Stith. Thompson finds some breathing room. Back to Meyer. Down to the big man, Anderson, but no good. And a foul called on Taylor Anderson.
These next couple of possessions could very well make or break this game for the Knights. How do you think they should approach the Warriors team?
They got to capitalize on these fouls. Got to make. The key here is making your free throws. The Warriors are going to continue to foul as they have all game, but you just got to make your free throws and minimize mistakes on defense.
And once again, one player that you don't want on that free throw line is Eli Bollinger.
As the first one is up and no good off the back of the glass. Coming up for his second free throw here. Number 3 puts it up and it's in, bringing our deficit to 4 points here.
Looks like it's going to be a pretty close game coming down to the last 2.5 minutes.
Thompson inbounds the peck, bounces it off of Scott's shoe and out of bounds. The Warriors will get another inbound here from the back right corner of the court. Over to Meyer, over to Forrest. Got to keep this guy covered from inside and outside the arc. He can score from wherever he pleases, as he's shown tonight. Guarded closely here by Oster. Trying to put a move on him. Drives through the lane, into the post. Fouled by Ethan Scott. That is his 4th of the game and the team's 5th of the quarter. To the line is Dietrich Forrest for 2 free throws here. You got to make these if you want to continue to have this lead here. Down to a 4-point deficit. See if they can turn this into a 6-point lead here. Forrest, first one, no good. Alrighty. Champ Pauly checks in the game for Ethan Scott after his 4th foul of the game. Forrest, wiping his hands off. See if he can make this second free throw. It's up, and it's in. It is now 47-42, back to a 5-point deficit for the Howell North Knights. Stith, taking it around the arc, seeing what he can find open. Over to Oster, back to Stith, hits a little spin move. Deflected there by Peck, but back into the hands of Stith. Over to Bryce Renz, now in the hands of Eli Bollinger. Seeing what he can make happen here. Over to Stith, open 3-point look, off the back of the rim. In the hands of Taylor Anderson, over to Meyer, and he makes it, and the foul, and 1 for Brody Meyer.
Looked like Eli Bollinger wasn't too happy about that foul there.
Not very pleased. That could be brought into question, but whatever the rest says goes, as Brody Meyer will line up for his 1 and only free throw following that 2-point layup. It's up and it's good, bringing their lead to 8 points once again.
Coach Green on the sidelines directing the team here.
As Stith puts it up, and Bollinger tries to get the tip in. Thompson trying to keep that from going out of bounds. Back into the hands of Bollinger. Up, fouled. And no good.
Good hustle here by the Knights. They're gonna try really hard to get this lead cut down here from 42 to 50 in the last minute and 20 seconds of the game.
Bollinger, if he makes these 2 free throws, will play it to a 2-possession lead. Two three-pointers would tie the game up. Bollinger puts it up, and it's good. The Knights here, sitting at 500. This could be a big win for them. Could turn their season up a notch as Bollinger misses. And the Knights are starting to foul, but Peck makes a costly mistake. Bollinger up and in, and the foul.
And one.
And one late here for Eli Bollinger. Could cut the load, could cut this Warrenton lead to 4 points. Oh, never mind. Foul on Eli Bollinger. The basket will not count, and there appears to be a wet spot on the court. Inbound to Forrest. The Knights appear to be trying to foul. Oh, blocked! Blocked by Bollinger, but the foul.
Nasty block there by Bollinger. He's been playing pretty much this whole game, it looks like, as the lead's #1 player.
Alrighty. Bollinger coming out the game for... Nope. Coming out the game for... Appears the Knights are short a player. Only 4 players on the court for Francis Howell North. Missing somebody here as Ethan Scott heads back into the game for Elijah Bollinger.
Checking in for the Knights is number 14, Ethan Scott.
And Peth will shoot his 2 free throws following that great block by Elijah Bollinger, unfortunately taken away by the foul. As Peth makes his first of 2 free throws. Making sure he's lined up. 2 dribbles, 3 dribbles. It's up and in. Peth, a very impressive free throw shooting performance here. I don't believe he has missed a shot yet. Stith drives in, seeing if he can find somebody open after picking up his dribble. Finds Pauly, and Pauly dishes it back out to Stith. Stith trying to make something happen, puts it up, and it's out. No good for Stith there on the layup attempt. Peth with the ball here. Here's the Knights are attempting the foul here. And they get the foul.
Knight Howell number 2 on their team, that's his third. To the line,
Big missing component for this Knights team is their senior big man, Jackson Calhoun. Suffered a hand fracture in the game against Pattonville. Hoping to be back soon as Forrest goes up for his second of 2 free throws. It's up, and it's good. These guards for Warrenton, very good shooters here, especially from the free throw line, as Oster drives to the rack, off the glass. Pauly with the rebound, also off the glass, and a hard foul there on Taylor Anderson. But
Looks
he says,
like Pauly put him in a headlock there.
But he says, get big.
Last 24 seconds of the game, 1 more possession left if the Warriors play this right.
11-point deficit here for the Knights. Appears to be insurmountable. Another set of free throws for the Warriors as the Knights are in bonus. Only Warrior up near the basket is Taylor Anderson to shoot his free throws as the remaining 4 celebrate their almost surefire win here tonight. Anderson, his second free throw. It's up and in. And that should seal it. 13 points is the lead for the Warriors here with only 24 seconds left in the game. The Warriors play it right here. This should be the last possession of the game for the Knights. Stith puts up a deep three. No good. And that might be it. The Knights pressing the Warriors here. But Pierce Forrest will run out of the clock here. And the Knights will suffer their third loss of the season. And the Warriors will get their second win in a row. Your final score, 56, Warrenton, 43, Francis Howell North. And that will be the game.
My name is Violet Newton, and I'm reporting with FHN Game Day today. I'm here with
Jackson Pfeiffer.
one of the Goonies for Francis Howell North. So after the close game and loss, how are you feeling about the upcoming game?
Honestly, I don't know. Defensively, we gotta step it up. Obviously, there's calls you can blame on the refs every single game, but we just gotta figure something out defensively, communicate more, and just watch the three-pointer. But offensively, I think we're decent. Like, if we hit our 3 points, then I think we won't be bad.
So you think we're looking at wins coming up?
I think on Friday for sure.
On Friday for sure?
Friday will definitely be a win, yeah.
I love the enthusiasm. Anything else?
Go Knights.
Thank you very much.
big win here for the Warriors, taking on the Knights, and the Knights will drop to 2-3. Lots of factors here incorporated in the Knights' loss here.
Some of those factors being their fouls. They had an absurd amount of fouls, both teams, and turnovers also. Both teams going to work on those fouls and turnovers. Some of those passes could have been a little smarter from both ends.
Yeah, both teams both teams in every quarter almost in the bonus or in the bonus in the case of the Knights in the fourth quarter. You got to be a little more disciplined there. Also, the loss of their starting big man, Jackson Calhoun, commonly referred to as Jackson Cal Medkit by his friends due to his injury status, could have also been a very big factor in this loss here tonight.
Yeah, I think one way the Knights could have pulled off this win if some better perimeter defense. The Warriors had quite a bit of threes also. At one point scoring 4 3-pointers in a row.
Big part of those 3-pointers are Dietrich Forrest and Mason Thompson for the Warriors, who both, I believe, had 2 3-pointers each in that streak with 4 straight 3-pointers for the Warriors.
All right, and thank you for watching stream. And remember to follow us on all socials at FHN Game Day and at FHNtoday.
All righty, y'all. Have a good night.